Hey, how's it going? We're the Journeymen, and welcome back to another episode of Route 1. I'm joined on my left. Who are you, please?
Sean Meehan.
And what are you?
A good boy.
A good boy, good. And on my right?
Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien, brilliant. And what are you?
A very good bad boy.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'm a very good bad boy.
Still single, so if anyone's looking.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the weekend's Premier League action. All very exciting. It's been billed as the big derby Sunday. Probably the bigger one is the Manchester derby. Debatable, sure.
The
Depends
bigger
on who you
fish
are.
to fry.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manchester derby, big game. Does it decide the title for you?
No, absolutely not.
No?
Still December, so you can't say that.
I think if City win, they win.
I think if City win, I think it's relatively unassailable. But just you can't win a league before Christmas.
But there's a serious chance if they do win that they'll end the year with just one draw from their 20 games.
Bookmakers, Paddy Power, have paid out on them. Don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I did actually know that. I work for Paddy Power in case you didn't notice. Just looked up into that.
Well, you work for
so
it's a joint.
Yeah.
We're getting our biases out on the table. So you work for OCS just in case.
So
just in
if
case
we're
they
talking
get involved in
wheelchairs. We're
anything.
number one. We're number
Exactly.
one.
I can sell you bric-a-brac.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, and mini ping pong tables.
Mini ping pong tables. You want shot glasses, baby? I've got shot glasses for days.
Talked about it on Monday. Pogba's a big miss.
Yeah.
Do Man U have any chance of winning?
I think they have a chance of winning. I think City in the last, Southampton and West Ham, those two games, they showed that they can't defend a set piece.
If they perform, to Mourinho's shithouse capabilities, it's happened before. Big, high profile games that Mourinho come up against Guardiola and Mourinho shithouse them out of the building. That if he does that and they're convincing in it, then I think that they have a chance of winning.
It's a pity. Sorry, Shane.
No,
it's
okay.
Paul?
You go first. Yeah.
We're gonna kid? No. I think it's a pity for Man U that City were already through in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because it could have been an advantage going to Ukraine on a Wednesday, playing your full team, getting 90 minutes out of them. But realistically, I mean, who started that's going to play? Edison, goalkeeper, doesn't really matter. Sané might start. Fernandinho might start. Aguero came on for half an hour. Phil Foden, I don't think he will start.
Phil Foden?
Yeah.
He
could do. But that's... So it's not a disadvantage for City, so...
I still think it's nice that City have lost the game. Like this stuff that or
is it relevant?
Well, it's just that, they didn't lose that game. They're going into this game without losing anything all season, and it's just a bit shit. But at least now they've lost something. I
think the United defence can deal with that City. I think they're probably one of the only defences in the league that can deal with that City attacking.
They threw up an awful lot of chances against Arsenal. If they throw up the same kind of chances, I think City would take them. Whereas Arsenal just...
They's going to be on form again.
Yeah, definitely.
Although City against West Ham were pretty turgid, I thought they weren't particularly good. They really struggled to break down the good defensive structure.
I think it's easier to be lacklustre against West Ham than it is to be lacklustre in the
I think against West Ham the chances will come as well. Where you might be a bit more prolific against United if you get one chance. Look at the players that City have in their attack. They're probably more often than not they're going to finish.
And Aguero loves a goal against United, which is annoying, but...
Does he?
Yeah, he scored.
Oh, he likes scoring.
He likes scoring goals.
That's nice of him. He likes.
Well, he scored an awful lot.
Oh, okay. He kicks it in the net. Shooty kick. Yeah.
United haven't lost at home 40 league or 40 games though since City 2016. So
prediction?
1-0.
2-1 City.
Score draw is what I'm going for. Yeah, another derby on Sunday as well. Equally a bigger game, probably a bigger game. It's Liverpool Football Club against Everton Football Club.
Two football clubs.
Two football clubs. Who's it a bigger game for?
I think Liverpool, because I think Everton have steadied the ship with their last two results, so it's not as big an onus on them to win this game. Whereas Liverpool do have a serious chance of getting top four, so they have to win.
You could say that. I mean, Everton, the prospects for them in the game looks a lot better than it did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been 10-0, I'd say. Looking at it 2 weeks ago, you think 10-0 is more likely than Everton win the game, the way they're defending. But
maybe a bit higher, but yeah. It's fair. I mean, Everton, any chance?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon you could have a big Sam masterclass coming through, but I agree with it being a bigger match for Liverpool. I think.
Yeah, I mean, what do Everton play for this season now?
Exactly. I mean, they're top 10 now. Yeah. Right? and
they're a bit off that 7 of the separation.
Exactly. There's a separation.
Separation
right,
of 7, I believe the experts are calling it. Or if they're not, trademark. So, but sorry, go ahead.
But the thing Everton know is that Burnley and Watford won't sustain their form for the rest of the season.
Says you.
People said Leicester wouldn't.
Says you.
Yeah, but
Says
Leicester
you.
were like first. They're first.
Oh,
They have to sustain.
yeah, Richarlison. That's all I got to say to you.
I
They
don't
can't
know.
defend. Can't defend.
Yeah, all I got to say is
They can't
Richarlison.
defend.
They've got Craig Cathcart. I think they're okay. So let's.
If you're starting Adrian Mariappa in a Premier League match in 27,
and you win, that's funny.
and you win, then you deserve everything
But
good in this world.
I'm just saying there's a chance that Everton could get 7th if the other two drop off.
I reckon that they're going to win more games than they lose.
yeah.
Now
I
to
think
the end of the
Burnley.
season, it's just going to be.
Burnley are a lot more solid than Watford as well.
Definitely.
Defensively, they're
Burnley's
really
got so many
well.
one
They
goals.
lost their best, their supposedly their best defender.
Yeah,
and
and
they've done like Tarkowski. I think I saw him as a very average player.
But
Yeah, I
he's
never thought he would start in the
He's
Premier
come in and
League.
him and Ben Mee together. They look
Yeah,
really
but
nice.
there's a lot.
It's
There's a
nice
lot.
partnership.
Like, you look at the different. Like Matt Lowton isn't a player that like
I love
save
Matt
for
Lowton.
his one goal
Oh, what a
against
goal against
Stoke
Stoke,
for Villa.
Yeah.
I thought he would just be a sort of run of the mill reserve player for a Premier League team. And Stephen Ward's come on leaps and bounds. He's been absolutely unbelievable.
Nick Pope, he's come in and done really well.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Nick Pope.
Nicholas Pope. Give his full name.
Saint Nicholas Pope. This time of year.
Oh, because they're like
Because it's
Santa
Christmas.
and there's a
It's
Pope
Christmas,
as well.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Pope touches kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from that, there's another derby, which people aren't talking about as much, but it's a huge game for West.
Oh no, sorry, I thought you were talking about the S derby between Spurs and Stoke.
Spurs and Stoke. Well, that's the real. We know that.
That's
So.
game anyway. So you're.
I mean,
Hotspur.
Harry Kane is fucked. Not only does he have to say who he plays for,
no.
but who he's playing against.
Stoke. Who? Toke. Yeah, he's good.
He's fucked.
But yeah,
His
Chelsea.
head might actually explode, I think.
Chelsea against West Ham United.
Yeah.
Moyes, they did look better on Saturday. Sunday. They
Yeah,
did look better on
they
Sunday.
did.
On Saturday they didn't play, so they didn't look.
They didn't look
particularly-
as good as they did on Sunday.
Yeah.
Home advantage as well. I don't know, is that a factor? But
Home advantage in the Olympic Stadium, I don't really comes into play.
big fear that if they lose this game, well, it's true if they lose this game, but there's a big chance that they'll have 1 point from 15 under Moyes. Is that?
That's-
But see, I don't.
Is that acceptable?
I don't think that it's a case of him like not changing the team. You can see it in how solid they are defensive. Well, not solid, more solid than they were. But yeah, no, it wouldn't. It's not good enough. But I don't think Moyes is completely to blame for that.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
had a tough run there. Like,
tough. Not only has he had a tough run, but you know, you get a bit unfortunate against the likes of City. You're like, and you lose those
For the
matches.
first hour, I thought they were really well organised. They ran out of legs in the end,
Yeah.
but they were really well. They had a bank of 4, a bank of 5, and then one up front. And I thought they kept their shape really well.
Yeah.
If you watch the game, they didn't get pulled out. They didn't get.
Yeah, like I think, especially coming out after that Everton performance where they were just annihilated.
yeah. I think they were unlucky that Allardyce disappointed them today. I think a lot of Everton players are disappointed.
They were
with.
Boyd and I and as well like
George
they were-
Boyd.
Well, we'll get to Burnley.
He doesn't play for Burnley.
No, we'll get to. He's a Burnley legend.
Yeah, true.
He's the one that got away from Nottingham Forest. Didn't get there because of his eyesight.
That was a weird one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
That
they
was
didn't
very
sign
strange.
him.
Very
Yeah.
strange. Well, much like you and your eyesight.
Yeah,
Very
I
don't
have
need
glasses.
glasses.
I
You
don't need
need
glasses.
We
no,
don't
no.
need glasses.
It's all
Do
a
you know
myth.
who needed glasses? Harry Potter. Huh? On the most underrated character? Dean Thomas?
Uh,
Go on, just say someone. Say someone, go on.
oh, them walking trees from Lord of the Rings.
Okay, who you said?
I'm gonna go Justin Fletchley.
Yeah, he stands up for Harry at one point, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And there's a big game from the promoted teams. I mean, they've played. It's Huddersfield, Brighton. They've both played Newcastle, but this is Premier League first timers, Premier League virgins, and they're playing a big game. Big game. Not so much a 6-pointer. Probably a big game for Huddersfield.
I think it is. I think
Yeah.
Huddersfield need to take all their points out.
Need to get that ship. Need to steady it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
but I think they
do.
need to
Yeah.
make sure their home form is solid because their away form hasn't been good enough.
Make it a fortress. The John Smith Stadium.
Yeah, they called it.
Which was voted the best architectural
It's a nice
structure
stadium.
in 1994 in
Really?
the whole of the UK. Yeah,
Theirs and
it
Brighton's
was
are very
the
similar. actually.
McIntyre Stadium.
Yeah, there's-
but like 15 years beforehand.
There's a lot of quite
They're very
similar.
similar stadiums, though. I mean,
Not particularly
the
because
Brighton one's actually-
Brighton's goes all the way around, whereas
Brighton-
the John Smith has 4
just
separate
like to point
stands.
out that Brighton is based off the Huddersfield one, and it's
Yeah, but they have corners and the John Smith doesn't. So
oh, they don't have
and-
corner flags. They're not, you cunt.
Also, Michael Corner. He went to the meeting for Dumbledore's army, but he wasn't as convinced as some of the others. But he joined eventually
Because
anyway.
he's going out with Ginny.
Because he was going out with Ginny. Yeah, and Terry Boot was going out with Ginny. Michael Corner was going out with Ginny. Okay.
Do you think the walking trees in Lord of the Rings would have as much aerial firepower
The Ents, I think, it's called.
as I don't
They'd
care.
be too tall.
As
They'd be
Glenn Murray. No,
they'd be
you
too
think
tall.
Glenn Murray would be better
They'd
than
be too
Premier
tall
League?
because the balls would be firing into about their midriff. And they'd be
They could,
trying to
but
get a nut on it and then they'd miss it.
What if they? I mean, maybe their chest. You know,
They're too sage for football.
too safe.
Okay. Bournemouth Palace is what you would call
We've got a live audience in there.
Sorry, we've got a live audience. Yeah, good to see you guys. There's a 6-pointer, which they call it's a classic cliche, classic
Is
Gael
it too early
cliche.
for a 6-pointer?
It's never too early for a 6-pointer.
Yeah, exactly.
Never too
Cliche,
early for a
much like
6-pointer.
good feet for a big man. Which, if the walking trees had feet, like would they have good feet?
No, I
They
don't.
would be big.
They do have feet.
No, but they don't. I think
They're lumbering. They're lumbering.
yeah.
They're
Much like
lumbering.
Andy Carroll, who
They
plays
have
for-
Titus Bramble feet, you know. Bramble. No. She said no,
Chris Wood?
Titus. She said no. That's a great song. Anyway, Bournemouth Palace is a 6-pointer, whether you like it or not. All right.
Okay,
just
I'm
suck it
sorry,
up.
I'm
Suck it
sorry.
up. And where is it? Is it in London or is it in Bournemouth?
It's in Bournemouth, I think.
Big game for Bournemouth. Bournemouth are really struggling.
I think Bournemouth are in a lot more trouble than Palace. I think Palace have they started
They've picked
obviously
up,
7
yeah.
points or 7 games, no points was awful, but since then they've done okay.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
But
Shut the fuck. Shut up, man. All right. Yeah. What were you saying?
culture.
Yeah. Culture.
I think Palace are okay, but I think Bournemouth just I don't know.
Do you think Palace will stay up?
I think Palace will stay up. Yeah.
I think Roy's got it done. I think
it's
he's done a really good job.
It's a case of like I saw something when it comes to January, and you know teams out down the bottom need to strengthen. This is a man who's signed when he was at Liverpool. Didn't really sign decent.
No,
Got
Paul
Joe Cole on a
Konchesky.
free.
Yeah, got
Joe
sent off
Cole on
his first
free.
game, didn't
Got sent off his first game. Yeah. So did
Good
Koscielny got sent off in that game as well.
Did he sign Danny Wilson back in the day? Back in the Tuesday?
I'm not sure he did. To be honest, I think he might have been pre.
Hold tight, Danny Wilson for real though.
Yeah, he didn't quite live up to his.
Yeah, he was supposed to
Potential,
be.
did he?
He was supposed
No.
to be a really good player.
Other fixtures we'll talk about briefly. Southampton, Arsenal. Arsenal are in good form despite that loss.
Yeah.
They'd won a lot of games before that. Southampton.
Sutton United.
Sutton United. Southampton do look a lot better.
Yeah, I
they've
think-
started to find the net as well, which is important. Charlie Austin.
Good player.
Gives a goal. I love Charlie Austin. So,
Yeah, I think you know where they had sort of issues with their strikers.
Yeah.
Charlie Austin's by far and away the best striker that
He
they
scored
have.
18 goals in the Premier League season.
Exactly.
before.
He
He
know
never
he-
fails. in the
Exactly,
Premier League.
exactly. You look, and you like you have Manolo Gabbiadini, who was good for a while, and Shane Long, who was probably the worst striker in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's unfortunate.
Aaron Wilbraham, but
No.
Aaron Wilbraham's at his level now, though.
Yeah, but you see,
Wilbraham's
Aaron
scoring
Wilbraham-
goals
Yeah,
at his
Exactly.
level.
And Aaron Wilbraham, he is Aaron Wilbraham, right?
Yeah.
But there's a cult of personality around Shane Long. Some people actually think he's good.
Could I get that down? Was it Aaron Wilbraham is Aaron Wilbraham?
Is
That's
Aaron
brilliant.
Wilbraham.
that is brilliant.
Finch is
That
now
is
Michael Owen, I
excellent.
believe. But
He's bloody Nietzsche.
Oh, I'm
over
on.
here.
Nietzsche,
Nietzsche,
yeah.
more like.
Yeah, I didn't see you score a goal. 2 separate. Did he score in another World Cup, or did he just score
Who?
against Argentina?
Who we talking
Michael Owen. It was
No, he
just
scored
against-
2002.
against
Yeah,
who?
and he scored 98.
Oh, against Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
So literally, go fuck yourself.
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
Carol, go fuck yourself.
Pilkington?
Karl Marx, obviously.
Karl Marx.
Yeah.
Karl Marx.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Great show,
Finch is a communist for those who.
He is.
I'm
He is.
not a
Active communist. Okay, so we're kind of running out of time here, so I'm just going to get predictions. I'm going to run through every game. I know we've done the Manchester derby already,
Do
so
it
we'll
again in
skip
case
that.
people have changed.
You said 1-1.
Yeah.
I
You
said
said
score draw.
Finch
You
said
said
2-1.
2-1 City. You're staring into the future, are you? See,
Oh,
you're seeing
that's
no,
all right.
no
That's-
jobs for us. That's what I'm saying.
That's
out
all
there.
right.
Anyway.
That's all Raven.
Anyway, Merseyside. Oh, That's So Raven. Can I point out is not the best TV show with the word Raven in it.
Oh,
It's
Raven,
Raven, yeah.
that cunt, that
Scottish
just
lad.
in the bleeding forest.
Scottish lad. Yeah.
That
yeah.
was every time I came home, BBC would just come on my telly by accident, and that cunt would just be.
Isme, this week you failed. You're gonna have to say goodbye, and then she just disintegrates into midair,
Yeah, like,
which is
yeah.
terrifying. As a child, I
What
thought
the
that was
fuck?
correct, but I think Esme's okay. And at the end, they just won a Harley later caravan park, which is so funny because it didn't fit in the culture of the.
Back to the football.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. He'd be good up top actually because he just. Anyway,
He had a big body. He was a
big
big,
body,
big
big
lad.
body,
He could
big
bang.
heart,
He
big
could
heart.
bang. Yeah, he could bang. in
Okay,
the
so
paint.
Merseyside derby score.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
I'm going 3-0 Liverpool. Chelsea West Ham.
2-1 Chelsea.
I'm going 1-0. We going
2-0 Chelsea.
Huddersfield against Brighton and Hove Albion.
1-0 Huddersfield.
2-1 Huddersfield. All of the scores that I'm going to predict are going to be 2-1.
3-0 Brighton. 3-0 Brighton. The wheels are coming off. That's what I'm saying about Huddersfield. Bournemouth Palace.
2-1 Bournemouth.
2-0 Palace.
3-0.
Oh!
I'm going.
Top of the billing, match of the day. Here we come. Choo choo.
Southampton Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
I will go 2-1 Arsenal as well.
I'm going 1-0.
Respect.
1-0. No, fuck. I didn't want to get anyway. Watford Burnley.
2-1 Watford.
2-1 Watford. I'm going for as
I'm
well.
going 1-0 Burnley. I think that's the kind of game.
West Bromwich Albion against Swansea City.
The most relevant game of all time.
Yeah, so let's skip it. Spurs Stoke.
Spurs Stoke.
I think Spurs will
3-0
win.
Stoke.
Wow.
3-0
No, he's locked
Stoke.
in. It's locked in.
It's locked in, bro.
It's locked in.
3-0 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. What? You said
You said
3-0 Stoke.
3-0
Sorry,
3-0
3-0
Stoke.
Stoke. When it comes through, it'll be the best prediction of all time.
Newcastle United against Leicester City. 2 former champions of England, except for Newcastle. That's true. That's actually true. That's true. That's true. What do you say? What do you say?
Leicester's done quite well recently, so 2-1 Leicester.
Yeah, Newcastle have been in free fall, so I'm going to go for 3-0 Newcastle. Finch. 5 goals. Doesn't matter who they're to. Great. Another great week wrapped up of Route 1. Tune into our podcast tomorrow. So can you just come on?
Yeah,
tune into our podcast tomorrow where we do a draft and we pick our all-time Premier League.
You'll never guess where Jamie Carragher's picked.
You actually will not. It was very good fun. Very good fun.
Yeah.
On Sunday we'll have our quiz. Okay, see you next week, guys.
K.O.